Second and inches and a fake to Bijan Robinson. Cousins looks deep, comes back to Mooney again. He's got it. Mooney to the 36-yard line. Week 1, Joe Burrow. Week 2, and now Cousins in their first road game for KC. Second and 11. Cousins scans underneath Ray McLeod on the run. And McLeod to the 22-yard line. Empty backfield. And the throw wide open for the touchdown, Drake London. What a start for Atlanta.
So you're going to see the communication trying to happen right here. If they do that, what are we going to do? And so one of them heard one thing. Najee Johnson thought they were going to switch it off, and on the outside heard something completely different. So a very impressive drive on top of what we saw on the back end.
Second down from the 11. Mahomes rips it. It's caught by Xavier Worthy, the speedster, to the sideline. Very close to that first down mark at the 21-yard line. Change up front at that left tackle position on second down. Mahomes completes it. A strike to Rashee Rice across midfield into Atlanta territory. They were both signed during training camp. Some big veteran additions to this team. Again, Mahomes looking to throw, going to take off instead, take a hard hit. But a yard shy of the first down, Troy Anderson, the linebacker. Kelsey, bottom of the screen. The right is caught, tumbling out of bounds is Rice. Let's see where out of bounds he's marked. This play, 17 of the opening Chiefs drive. Falcons bring pressure. Mahomes lost it. It's intercepted. Unbelievable Justin Simmons. That is the 4th straight game he's picked Mahomes. It's the 6th time he's intercepted Mahomes in his career. Bolton's pretty special dude in there. 3rd and 9. Extra man coming. Cousins. Pocket. Collapsed on him a bit. A flag thrown. Flag is in the backfield. The pass is incomplete downfield.
And Matthew Judon, who ends at 15 and a half sacks a couple of years ago.
Now quick to Rice through some tackles. Rashee Rice shows that strong catch and run ability. Hardman in the game as they fake it to him, and it's P. Ryan running inside to the 30. Mahomes. Now the magic happens. He's rolling, he's throwing sideline. Of course it's complete. It's Justin Watson inside the 20. 2 long drives by the Chiefs. First one was 17 plays, ended with a turnover. This is play 13 of this drive. And Mahomes throws, it's complete. It's raced to the end zone for the Kansas City touchdown. On Lorenzo Carter. At the end there. Meantime, the touchdown pass to Rice, 2nd of the season.
So good. It's the subtlety of the picks of this offense. The inside receiver.
Mooney in motion by Cup. Cousins puts it up top, and London can't get to it. Incomplete as Najee Johnson was running with him. A flag down back by Cousins.
Personal foul, roughing the passer. Defense, number 95. 15-yard penalty, automatic first down.
Picked up by Bijan Robinson. Cousins has time. He's got his tight end. Kyle Pitts to the 1-yard line. Flag is down. Back by the quarterback. For Atlanta, 1st and goal. It's Bijan Robinson fighting to the goal line. And in for the touchdown.
This is what a Texas running back does right here. You see the goal line, you go get it. Just put your head and shoulder pads down, and he picked it up. What a huge drive that is for the Atlanta Falcons. Did they catch a couple of breaks along the way? Maybe so, but they took advantage of it. Lots.
Come on, man. 1st and 10 after 2 runs by Steele. Here's Mahomes looking up top. In the middle, it's Noah Gray. And the tight end takes it to the 43-yard line.
Down.
They hand it to P. Ryan. He's going to be stopped. David Onyemata. There's Butker. Game-winning 51-yarder against Cincinnati. This from 53 yards. And Harrison Butker continues his very strong season. On the field, this is 3rd and 18. From the 50, Cousins treble with the snap, and somehow Robinson is there to pick it up.
Matthew Bergeron.
Some help on the double team. Cousins' arm hit as he threw, and the floater's picked off by Jamari Connor, who pitches it back to Watson, who goes out of bounds at the line of scrimmage, and the Chiefs have the turnover. Mahomes takes over with 32 seconds left. Out to Piron. Samaje Piron through the tackle. Four-man rush. Mahomes fires incomplete. Everything was covered. He just got rid of it there. Now Mahomes arrives with good pressure off the edge by the Falcons, but Butker converts on the field goal. 6 for 6 on the season, 1-point game.
And I'm just flabbergasted. I mean, one game, big deal. 2 games, all right. It's the 3rd game now where we have not seen the magic of Mahomes and Kelsey, and I can't really explain that one. Who always, you got to get that guy the ball. There you go, first play.
They knew it, we knew it. Gain of 9 there.
Drew Dahlman, they have both been downgraded out for the rest of the game.
Pressure coming on the edge to Rice. Good spin move through the Judon tackle. First down to the 47-yard line. Here's Mahomes, some time here. He rips it across to that man. Kelsey to the 18-yard line, first down.
Here they go. This looks like the Chiefs again.
9 and 18 to Kelsey, opens it up for Carson Steele. Running hard, and when we talk to the Chiefs about Mahomes scrambling away from Judon. Judon's got an arm on him, and he throws it out the back, incomplete. Butker's 3rd field goal attempt gives Kansas City the lead.
Pretty good company right there.
3rd and 2, and Cousins, nothing's open, trying to escape, and he's brought down.
When you have continuity in an offensive line, it looks like that.
Shotgun snap back to Mahomes, throws in the middle, and there it is. Rice again. The timing perfect. Mike Hughes as Rice came across the middle. Carson Steele. Inside run for Steele. Hit the bottom.
Juju Smith-Schuster right there can do a lot of those kind of zone routes as well.
Mahomes retreats across. It's Juju Smith-Schuster. Touchdown, Kansas City. Great call, Chris.
Basically had taken over the role of Juju Smith-Schuster, and yet we have seen him so many times. Again, you see the little pick play down the field, feed a little bit, touchdown Chiefs.
Was Butker.
And the plays that have been working have been down the field, and they don't have the protection they once had.
A pump and a throw toward Darnell Mooney, who's got it. Mooney.
This guy, but I know he's really smart, and that's carried over.
Likely final play of the quarter. It is Bijan Robinson. Good, powerful run by Robinson as the ball comes out at the end. As he continues to learn them. From the 44, Cousins throws across. It's complete. Mooney. He's got a connection with him, that's for sure. Signals defensively because Bolton does that. But he stays in. 3rd and 7. Here comes more pressure on Cousins. Gets it away. Incomplete. Trying to get it to Robinson. The distance becomes a question. 54 yards. Long enough here to return. Here, 3rd and 2. Mahomes in the middle. Kelsey didn't hang on. Incomplete pass. The hit came from Jesse Bates. KC goes 3 and out.
Off with the pass rushers, and they're just not equipped right now to get these guys blocked.
1st and 15, trying to run and get some space with Tyler Algier. We'll get across the 15-yard line.
Right to the line of scrimmage, see if they can trap this bunch on the field.
They do. It's Algier into the secondary of the 28-yard line for the first down.
It's tough to get to that edge, and they have not been able to cut back either.
Robinson back in. This throw complete for the first down to Pitts.
It's a wider defense that's harder to find those gaps in those cutback lanes.
7, Cousins to London. First down. Almost lost the football, but Drake hangs on at the 46. 46. Ray McCloud trying to get some blockers, giving the edge, and Ray McCloud stays in bounds at the 22-yard line. They're going. It's Cousins. He's throwing. It's caught by London for the first down at the 11-yard line. 3rd and 5. 6 for a touchdown. Pressure comes. Picked up. Cousins end zone. No. Trying to get it to Kyle Pitts. Play clock running down. 4th and 5. And they'll go for it. Pressure comes. Cousins lost it. And it's incomplete. Trying to get it again with Hook there in coverage. Drake London, the intended receiver. Mahomes milks the clock down. From the pocket, he throws incomplete. Don't know if that was a wrong number or they missed seeing where the hand was, but it was not by the face there. From the 40, on first down, Cousins rips it. Drake London gains a dozen. To the 48, first down as we close in on the 2-minute warning.
But you also have Mahomes on the other side. You don't want to leave him time to work out.
Sneak one in before the 2. Cousins throwing, incomplete. Everything covered, but a flag. In the secondary, it's McDuffie covering Ray McCloud. 32-yard line.
Interference. Defense, number 22. By rule, ball be placed at the spot of the foul. Automatic first down.
Final minute 10 of regulation. Cousins bumping, throwing inside. It's caught on the turn by London. A yard short of the first down. If Atlanta picks up the first down. Here is the Rowan. Algier inside, and he, second effort, is close to the line. Andy Reid calls a timeout. So too does Raheem Morris. Cousins. Robinson. Stopped in the backfield by Bolton. City goes to LA to play the Chargers. Mahomes will take the knee here. 40 seconds. And then they'll follow that with Tampa Bay on a short week on Thursday. It's the first of a 3-game homestand. A lot of respect there with those guys.